Good evening. We will call to order this evening's meetings. This evening we have, it's a bit unique, we have a special planning and development meeting, and then that'll be followed by our regularly scheduled city council meeting. But first, we are fortunate this evening to have Judy Moe of the Baha'i Center to provide us with an invocation.
Hello, everybody. Dear Lord of all, I ask you to bless our city of Rockford, which is striving to bring amity and fairness to all of its affairs. Aid our city council to make wise and just decisions that will benefit all of the citizens of Rockford and beyond. We thank you for all your blessings. Keep us safe from the ravages of climate change and guiding us in all our endeavors to work for the betterment of the world. And I want to end with a prayer, which, of course, I can disappear. It's supposed to be the first thing on there. There we go. Sorry. This is a prayer of Baha'u'llah, the founder of Baha'i faith. O thou who art the Lord of Lords, I testify that thou art the Lord of all creation and the educator of all beings, visible and invisible. I bear witness that thy power hath encompassed the entire universe, and that the hosts of the earth can never dismay thee, nor can the dominion of all peoples and nations deter thee from executing thy purpose. I confess that thou hast no desire except the regeneration of the whole world and the establishment of the unity of its peoples, and the salvation of all them that dwell therein.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, all nations, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we go into our planning and development meeting, we do have two proclamations this evening, the first of which is for the Week of the Young Child. So I know that we have a number of different individuals here and organizations represented, so please come on forward. And you can come through that door right there. Yep. Everyone else is just here for moral support. They're not coming out?
We need a question. Good.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give this. You can come in here and take photos. Yeah, you got it. No, we want you to have the best photo. Whereas the Week of the Young Child, Rockford Region, in conjunction with the National Association of Education of Young Children, are celebrating the Week of the Young Child, April 5th through the 11th, 2025, with a free family fun fair on Saturday, April 12th. And whereas the local organizations within the collaboration are working to promote and inspire high-quality early childhood experiences for our community's youngest citizens to provide a foundation of learning and success. And whereas teachers and others who work with or on behalf of young children from birth through the age of 8 are making a difference in the lives of these young children and deserve our thanks and recognition. And whereas public policies that support early learning for all young children are crucial to young children's futures and to the prosperity of our society. Now, therefore, I, Thomas P. McNamara, as Mayor of the City of Rockford, do hereby proclaim the week of April 5th through the 11th of 2025 to be the Week of the Young Child. Would you like to share a few words? Maybe tell us the location and time of the event on Saturday would be also great.
Thank you so much. I'm Christina Albers. To celebrate the Week of the Young Child, there's a free family fun fair for all that will be at Harlem High School on Saturday from 9 to noon. There will be all sorts of activities and games and entertainments and food trucks and everything to keep everyone entertained. So come on out and it'll be a good time. For free.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Our next proclamation this evening is for the 100th anniversary of the Rockford Women's Club's Creative Writing Contest. I know we have Nancy and other board members with, if you'd like to come forward. Whereas the Rockford Women's Club is celebrating 100 years of its enduring impact on literature and the arts and storytelling through prose and poetry. And whereas to encourage literary excellence and creativity in the youth of our area, the Rockford Women's Club's Creative Writing Contest has provided a platform for high school students to share their voices, ideas, and imagination with the world. And whereas the centennial celebration honors the students, their teachers, their parents or guardians, the many judges over the years, the organizers, and the many supporters who have upheld its legacy. And whereas everyone involved with the Rockford Women's Club looks forward to the many inspiring stories still yet to come. Now, therefore, I, Thomas P. Maxmer, as the mayor of the city of Rockford, do hereby proclaim April 7th, 2025 to be the 100th anniversary of the Rockford Women's Club's Creative Writing Contest. Nancy, would you like to share a few words?
Oh, certainly. I thought I would start with the first creative writing and work our way up to the 100th. Would y'all like that? I am the president of the Rockford Women's Club, and this is Elise Cadigan and Patty Werkel. They are the co-chairmen for creative writing. Our creative writing contest is Tuesday for a lunch, and I'm going to let Elise tell you a little bit about that.
The fast version that we're very excited about is that out of all of the high schools in Winnebago County, which is where the students come from, we have 8 schools that have 10 finalists. And those finalists each receive $100, and they will read their submission to a group of about this number of people, and they'll be scared, and they'll get through it, and they'll be brave. And then one person is going to get the Genevieve Taxon Award, and that's named for a woman in the Women's Club who endowed what has been $1,000 for that student, but this year it's $2,000 to celebrate our anniversary, our 100th. So we're very excited about being able to share all that with you, but also with the parents and the teachers who will also be in attendance, and it'll be a great, fun time. So, yeah.
So we would like to thank Mayor McNamara as well as the City Council for this proclamation.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chairwoman Wilkins to begin the Planning and Development Committee meeting.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call to order the Planning and Development Committee meeting for Monday, April 7th, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee? Here. Wilkins?
Here.
Hoffman? Rose? Meeks? Here. 4 present.
Thank you. Item 1 is an approval of proposed development agreement with Plume Restaurant, LLC for building rehabilitation improvements at 1132 Auburn Street at existing restaurant. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Are there any questions or comments? Alderwoman Meeks?
I'm wondering, this is a forgivable loan, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I just remember with most TIFs, we do a pay-as-you-go type situation. Does this not apply for this particular TIF?
We modeled this development agreement similar to the TIF 50/50 program and the Business Corridor Improvement Program, where we're providing matching funds 50/50. In this particular situation, it's up to $35,000. And there's sufficient fund balance within the TIF and the project itself. The property actually does create positive increment already as well.
And do we have intentions of keeping it that way going forward for future TIFs, the 50/50 program that you just mentioned?
So depending on fund balance within the respective TIFs, yes, we'd like to continue to put those dollars to use.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Are there any other questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose? Meeks?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you. Item 2 is an ordinance for the amendment of the East River redevelopment project area. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the... Oh, I'm sorry. Alderwoman Meeks?
Thank you so much. So this is an amendment of a I think I'm confusing this with a different question. Okay, go on. I can't remember my question. Thank you, though.
It'll come back up.
I know, 3 more times. A few more times.
Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks? 4 ayes.
Item 3 is an ordinance approving the Madison and Oak project area. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks? 4 ayes.
Thank you. Item 4 is an ordinance designating the Madison and Oak redevelopment project area. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks? 4 ayes.
Item 5 is an ordinance adopting tax increment allocation financing for the Madison and Oak redevelopment project area. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks? 4 ayes.
Thank you. Moving on to resolutions. Our first item is a resolution calling for the public hearing and convening a joint review board in connection with a proposed amendment to the River District North Tax Increment Financing District. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Are there any questions or comments? Alderwoman Meeks.
Can anybody tell me who the public member is for the Joint Review Board? Or if there's multiple?
It can be multiple people, so it depends on who, we have to select any member within the community to participate. So we've used in the past like Nate Jordan from the SBDC or somebody from the chamber, individuals like that.
So who will be at this upcoming meeting?
We have not selected somebody yet. Generally, we confirm that the actual date would be held and then reach out to somebody to participate.
Okay, and then how do you make that selection?
So we tend to try to find somebody where they would have a general knowledge about TIF districts and how they might function. And normally, if you have somebody who's been able to do it, we would stick with the same person on a regular basis.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you. Item 2 is a resolution calling for the public hearing and convening a joint review board in connection with the Maine and Mulberry Tax Increment Financing District. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee?
Aye.
Wilkins?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Meeks?
Aye.
4 ayes.
That item passes. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. I will call to order the City of Rockford's regularly scheduled City Council meeting for Monday, April 7th, 2025. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Durkee. Here. Toomberg. Here. Frost. Here. Torina. Here. Prunty. Here. Wilkins. Here. Rose. Barrios. Here. Meeks. Here. Bailey. Here. Bonnie. Here. 11 present.
Excellent. We have a quorum this evening. Is there a motion to approve the Journal of Proceedings for the City Council meeting held on March 3rd, 2025? We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Excellent. Is there a motion to approve the Journal of Proceedings for the City Council meeting held on March 17th, 2025? We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Excellent. Next, we've already done proclamations. We'll go to petitions and communications. We have nothing under planning and development, so we'll go to Code and Regulation Committee. Alderwoman Torina.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have 4 items. Item number 1, the Zoning Board of Appeals agenda for the meeting to be held on April 15th, 2025, and minutes from that meeting for consideration at the Code and Regulation Committee meeting on April 28, 2025, referred to Code and Regulation Committee. Number 2, the Liquor and Tobacco Advisory Board's agenda for the meeting to be held on April 15, 2025, and minutes from that meeting for consideration at the Code and Regulation Committee meeting on April 28, 2025, referred to Code and Regulation Committee. Number 3 is a memorandum from Martin Bloom, Project Manager, Permits and Special Events, regarding upcoming special events, which include Churchill Grove Garage Sale, Spruce Up Day 2025, Rockford City Market, South Main Mercado, Ironman Rockford 70.3, and One Table, and Open Air Dining Experience, referred to Code and Regulation Committee. And lastly, number 4 is the Traffic Commission's agenda for the meeting to be held on April 9, 2025, and minutes from that meeting to be for consideration at the Code and Regulation Committee meeting on April 28, 2025, referred to Code and Regulation Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Finance and Personnel Committee and Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1 is a memorandum from Brandon Tillman, Mayor's Office of Domestic and Community Violence Prevention, regarding the approval and acceptance of the Illinois Department of Human Services Reimagine Public Safety Act Community Congiver Grant Award for the Deferred Finance Personnel. Number 2 is a memorandum from Sherry Haggerty, Finance Director, regarding the approval of an existing ordinance and the BINA notice for the sale of bonds to fund settlement agreements. So this will also be referred to Finance and Personnel Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will move to our public speaker portion of the evening. Want to remind our public speakers that there's a microphone on the back left as well as the back right of City Council. You'll have 3 minutes to address the council members, and you will hear an alarm go off if my phone works appropriately at the 3-minute mark to ask that you close up your comments. If that doesn't now work right, I will just ask you as politely as I can to close up your comments. Our first public speaker this evening is Prophet Yusuf.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In the book of Psalms, 119, chapter, the 105th verse, it says, "Thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my pathway." What I want to speak about tonight, child abuse epidemic in the United States and the killing of children, and I have a solution for this. Over 1,990 American children die each year of intentional injuries at the hands of a caretaker. Most are infants or young toddlers. No single health, social service, law enforcement, or judicial system exists to track and comprehensively assess the circumstance of children's death. This viewpoint describes the expanded national implementation of interagency multiple disciplinary child death review teams in response to the critical need for systematic evaluation and case management of suspicious child death. Unique factors in child death. Death scene investigators ever evaluating adult victims may follow protocols fairly objectively. First responders to an admit or actual child death scene, however, may be swept up in a tense focus on providing life support for the victim and emotional support for the victim's family. Most suspicious child death occurs among young, very young children. My study of fatal child abuse of homicide by caretakers indicate that 50% of the victims are under 1 year of age. These young victims may have no previous record or only medical records that are not frequently assessed as part of the death investigation. Autopsy of young children require a specialized understanding of pediatrics, pathology, child abuse, and forensic investigation. Few jurisdictions have such experts. Autopsy may be conducted by physicians with no formal pathology training, much less specialization in forensic pathology, radiological, and laboratory equipment. For clinical or forensic tests may make a diagnosis possible, but these tests may be unavailable locally or may not be ordered to reduce costs. The above factors contribute to inappropriate surveillance, potential underreporting, misclassification, and mismanagement of children's death. Case management is further confounded by problems in interagency communication. My solution to solve this problem, harsh penalty, can help reduce child abuse and hire more specialists who investigate to solve this problem. I also been wanting to tell my good friend Alderman Beach this for a long time. And I'm going to get it off my chest tonight. I don't like you. I love you. And you can't do nothing about it. And happy birthday, my good friend. And I wish you many more. And God bless you and your family. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alderman Beach. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Our next public speaker this evening is Hassan Muhammad. Is Hassan Muhammad with us? Okay. Our next speaker this evening is Denzel Winter.
Good morning, and I'd like to tell you I'm happy that you got elected again, my mayor. I'm here to speak on behalf of the children that are getting ready to be out selling their waters. And there's something from the book of Matthew 19 and 14. But Jesus said, "Suffer the little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." And I know that, we can see grown-ups out there panhandling for money. But we got little entrepreneurs doing their own thing, taking their little money and buying their waters, which is a good help to us, especially in time of summer when it's hot out there. But a lot of times I've heard that, they leave stuff unclean. Well, I'm one of the ones that's going to be roaming the neighborhood, making sure my children are okay. And I'm also going to be one of the ones that's going to pick up after them, because it's only right that we support our children. And, they could be doing something else other than out there, earning money. Some of them are earning money to get clothes. Some of them are earning money to get a bike. Some of them are earning money to get a scooter, And I commend them for that, because there's an awful lot of children that go by the wayside and do a lot of other things. So we ought to support our children when they're doing something good. And I just want to say I'm here for them. If I need to do anything for, as a neighborhood watchman, I'm volunteering myself to do that, because these are our future. These are our futures, and we need to support them. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker this evening is John Tack Brantley.
Good evening, Mayor McNamara, Alderman, but mainly the people just watching. I got a court case that's coming up this Friday for disorderly. First, I want to comment about, I've been talking about Project 25 for the whole year. I also even been wanting to go to have a meeting in our building during Black History Month, having a representative from Washington, D.C., having a representative from Springfield, the Winnebago area, the school board, and so we can talk about what can we do to counter what's going on with Project 2025. I was also amazed how all 50 states, now they waking up to Project 2025. They thought Donald Trump was playing. But let me get you back to disorderly. This past week, they sent me a letter to my apartment saying that we had mice and bugs. My next door neighbor got mice and bugs, so when you spray her apartment, you got to spray the next apartment next door to it. Then they came back, she knocked on my door 3 times, a hard knock, came in my apartment. I got out the bed, I'm still in my drawers and my t-shirt. She said, you can't have no plants in your windows. That's a fire code violation. That's not. Our building is fireproof. The firemen came there. They said they'll come up to your door to let you out. I'm on the 9th floor. I've been there for 20 years. Tell me what household don't have plants in the windows. We have managers that don't treat us like we residents, but they treat us like we on a slave plantation, or the slave master servants. The police came and called me. I told them to read my letter. The police officer said that was too long of a letter for him to read. Really? That's the first thing in the police code is investigation. You're supposed to do a thorough investigation. Because he didn't want to read my letter, he gave me a disorderly. The managers at the management say I threatened them. How can you threaten someone when I mentioned the fact in the past, Derek Hayes got fired going up against me. Samantha did the same thing, try to treat us like we was slaves, and we got a petition, we got out of North Main Manor, and she went to Fairground, we got a petition, we got out of Fairground. And what have you. That's not a threat, that's talking about the past. I mentioned to the police officer, every time I call the police on a white person, the police don't do nothing. But let a white person say a black person did something, the police is there on the spot. I said to the police officer, if you want to talk to me about the war on drugs.
Thank you, Mr. Brantley.
I'll be back to finish this. But I'm looking forward to my day in court, and I do have attorneys and people that's going to show up.
Thank you. Is Mr. Hassan Muhammad with us this evening? Okay. Our last speaker, by the way, I'm not calling a name because they contact us to let us know that he's not speaking this evening. So we'll go to new committee reports. We'll go to Planning and Development Committee and Alderwoman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. There are 5 items, and all 5 items, the legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Item 1 is an approval for the proposed development agreement with Plume Restaurant, LLC for building rehabilitation improvements at 1132 Auburn Street at existing restaurant. Item 2 is an ordinance for the amendment of the East River redevelopment project area. Item 3 is an ordinance approving the Madison and Oak project area. Item 4 is an ordinance designating the Madison and Oak redevelopment project area. And item 5 is an ordinance adopting tax increment allocation financing for the Madison and Oak redevelopment project area.
Thank you. Council, we have 5 items before us. Is there any discussion on those 5 items? Alderwoman Meeks.
Item number 2, please. I am wondering what exactly are we changing for this East River redevelopment? For this is a TIF, right?
Mr. Cagnoni?
Thanks, Chairman. That is correct. As it relates to items 2, 3, 4, and 5, they're all tied together in that the creation of the Madison and Oak project area, or TIF, and the associated documents are all part of the development agreement for the redevelopment of the watch factory with Oliver Emerson LLC. But it also it extends down and picks up the iconic building and the Reavers building along the river as well. And to accommodate that, we had to remove some parcels out of the East River District to create the continuity to include all those parcels.
So does this continue through 2032?
So the East River redevelopment project area, the time frame for the expiration does not change, just the removal of some parcels to create the consistent TIF boundary that's being created for Madison and Oak.
Does that affect the balance at all for the TIF?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Any other discussion on the 5 items before us? Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Turkey. Aye. Toomberg. Aye. Frost. Aye. Torina. Aye. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Rose. Aye. Barrios. Aye. Meeks. Aye. Bailey. Aye. Bonnie. Aye. 11 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Code and Regulation Committee and Alderwoman Torina.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have 6 items. Item number 1, the committee recommends sustaining the Traffic Commission's approval to establish handicap parking on the north side of Elm Street from 238 feet west of Church Street to 116 feet west of Church Street. Legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Number 2, the committee recommends sustaining the Traffic Commission's approval to establish a no parking anytime except paratransit on the south side of Salter Avenue from 294 feet east of West Street to 324 feet east of West Street. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Number 3, the committee recommends sustaining the Traffic Commission's recommendation of no action to be taken on the following items. A request to establish yield control at the intersection of Lawndale Avenue and Crenshaw Street. A request to establish two-way stop control at the intersection of Roncesvalles Avenue and Vermont Road. And a request to establish two-way stop control at the intersection of Roncesvalles Avenue and Buckingham Drive. Number 4, the committee recommends sustaining the Zoning Board of Appeals approval for a zoning map amendment from C2 Limited Commercial Zoning District to R3 Multifamily Residential Zoning District at 4620, 4636, 4641, 4642, 4650, 4664, 4665, 4676, 4679, and 4680 Ashby Trail, subject to conditions. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Number 5, the committee recommends sustaining the Liquor and Tobacco Advisory Board's approval for the sale of tobacco products in conjunction with the retail vape store in the C2 Limited Commercial Zoning District at 3402 North Main Street, Suite 112, subject to conditions. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. And lastly, number 6, the committee recommends sustaining the Liquor and Tobacco Advisory Board's approval for the sale of packaged liquor, Class TRK, and the sale of tobacco products in conjunction with the gas station, convenience store, and truck stop with video gaming terminals in the C3 General Commercial Zoning District at 1555 Sandy Hollow Road, subject to conditions. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, is there any discussion on the items before you? Alderwoman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just had one quick question. For item 2, can anyone tell me if there are any dates or specific times that are listed on that sign for that no parking for transit? Okay, is there anything specified?
Director Hankins?
No, there wouldn't be any dates or times of day.
Okay.
Any other discussion or questions? Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Turkey. Aye. Toomberg. Aye. Frost. Aye. Torina. Aye. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Rose. Aye. Barrios. Aye. Meeks. Bailey. Aye. Bonnie. Aye. Items 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 11 ayes. Item number 3, 10 ayes, 1 no.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Finance and Personnel Committee. Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1, the committee recommends vouchers in the amount of $13,636,701.58 as approved at the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting held on March 24, 2025. Number 2, the committee recommends approval of tax-exempt lease for 37 police vehicles and outfitting with Huntington Public Capital Corporation for a lease amount of 4.39%. The annual payments will be $568,870.07 for a term of 5 years. The total amount financed is $2,844,350.35. The funding source is the police department operating budget, and legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Number 3, the committee approves approval of the release of liens to facilitate the sale of a Winnebago County trustee property located at 1408 Elm Street. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. Number 4, the committee recommends approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Rockford and Rockford Township for emergency rental assistance funding in the amount of $25,000 that does not require a cost match. The agreement terms from April 1, 2025 to March 31, 2026, and the legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. And number 5, the committee recommends approval of a City Railroad wireline crossing agreement between the City and Union Pacific Railroad, allowing for the construction of an underground lighting circuit and traffic signal fiber interconnect at 11th Street and the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. This agreement includes no cost to the City. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. So I place these 5 matters before you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from council regarding the 5 items before you? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee. Aye. Toomberg. Aye. Frost. Aye. Torina. Aye. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Rose. Aye. Barrios. Aye. Meeks. Aye. Bailey. Aye. Bonnie. Aye. 11 ayes.
Excellent. Thank you. Any council members have office? Alderman Rose.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let me pull this up real quick. Had it written down here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to put out an announcement for Rockford Art Scene, which it's a few weeks from now, but just wanted to give people a heads up on the actual event, which is hosted by the Rockford Area Arts Council in collaboration with many different Rockford artists. Most of the works are downtown, and you can take a look at the various places on the Rockford Area Arts Council website. So if you go to their website, you'll see the April 25th and 26th art scene stops and the artists that are currently presenting, so check that out. And then also there is another event that's coming up here shortly, and I'll just bring that up as well. The second event is it's National Poetry Month, and so on Tuesday, April 8th from 5 to 7 p.m., Katie's Cup has an open mic, which is hosted by Dylan Garcia, featuring Aubrey Barnes. Inscape Collective has an open mic night on Friday, April 11th from 6 to 8 p.m., hosted by Kelly Jo Simmons. Rockford Certified Slam Angels Hiss is Tuesday, April 15th at 6 p.m. And then Rockford Howls, a step-up poetry performance, is being hosted at 27 Aluna on Wednesday, April 16th at 6 p.m., hosted by Dylan Garcia. So just a bunch of opportunities within our community. If you're into the poetry scene, if you want to perform at an open mic, you can sign up by getting a hold of some of the organizers, or just show up. And then if you just like hearing it and you participate. It's a great time to hear some of our local poets in action.
Thank you. Alderwoman Trina?
Thank you. I just want to remind residents of the 5th Ward that there is a ward meeting this Wednesday, April 9th. That meeting begins at 5:30, and the location is the Guy Z. Jenkins Resource Center directly across from Providence, located at 911 Michigan Avenue. Police will be there and fire will be there to give us some summer safety tips and just safety tips in general. But we just have a great meeting planned, so looking forward to seeing everyone on Wednesday. Thank you. 5:30.
Starts at 5:30?
5:30, yes.
Thank you. Alderwoman Prunty?
Thank you. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the folks who helped out with the last 6th Ward meeting, which was on April 3rd. Pastor Sanji Collins and the House of God Church graciously hosted this event. We had the crisis co-response team there, and as well as folks from Neighborhood Standards, and I would tell you that I've received multiple calls, and they kept me in the parking lot till almost 9 o'clock because of the information that was shared and that it was so relevant to our experience. So I would encourage anyone who has an opportunity to reach out, and you're planning your ward meetings, that you will reach out to the crisis response team. They did a wonderful presentation, as well as Neighborhood Standards. I want to thank Sarah Lies for also attending, and then also thank Officer Woods for coordinating this. It was really just insightful and meaningful for the people who attended. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Barrios?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want a reminder that we have an 11th Street reconstruction public meeting, and it's going to be on Wednesday, April 9, 1 p.m. at Metal Prep Services, located at 2401 11th Street, Rockford, Illinois. If the public got any questions or about the schedule or any question about the reconstruction, we will be there on Wednesday, April 9 at 1 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Toomberg?
Thank you, Mayor. Tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., Retired Men's Club, YMCA pancake breakfast.
Why are you just telling them about that now?
Mayor, time to loosen that belt a little bit. So, 7:30 to 9, pancake breakfast, Retired Men's Club. They do a great job down at the Log Lodge, and they do a great job for the community, and I pay for two because I eat for two. So, thank you.
That started at 7 or 7:30?
7:30.
Okay.
See you guys down there.
Alderwoman Prunty, did you have another item?
I did. I apologize. Thank you, Alderman Barrios, for mentioning the 11th Street. I just want to remind the residents of the 6th Ward and those surrounding wards that Phase 1 of the 11th Street corridor project begins on April 14th. I encourage you to please watch for the crews. Expect changes in traffic patterns and use caution when traveling in the area. This is an extensive long-term project, so please plan appropriately. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we're going to move on to motions and resolutions, and we'll go to Planning and Development Committee. Alderwoman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item 1 is a resolution calling for the public hearing and convening a joint review board in connection with the proposed amendment to the River District North Tax Increment Financing District. Item 2 is a resolution calling for the public hearing and convening a joint review board in connection with the Main and Mulberry Tax Increment Financing District.
Any discussion on the two items before us? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee. Toomberg. Frost. Tarina. Prunty. Wilkins. Rose. Barrios. Meeks. Bailey. Bonnie. 11 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Code and Regulation Committee and Alderwoman Trina.
Thank you. The committee recommends approval of the authorization to allow the zoning officer to file a text amendment to codify zoning officer's determination on electric vehicle charging stations. Thank you.
Any discussion on the one item before us? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee. Toomberg. Frost. Tarina. Prunty. Wilkins. Rose. Barrios. Meeks. Bailey. Bonnie. 11 ayes.
Next, we'll go to Finance and Personnel Committee and Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1, the committee recommends approval of award of bid for electrical services to Helm Electric, Miller Engineering, and William Charles in amount of $35,000 based on unit pricing. The contract duration is from March 31, 2026, with 4 possible one-year extensions. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is the property fund operating budget. Number 2, the committee recommends approval award bid for fire sprinkler repair and inspection to S.J. Carlson in an estimated annual amount of $25,000. It is also for March 31, 2026, with 4 possible one-year extension options. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is the property fund operating budget. Number 3, the committee recommends approval of award of bid for HVAC services to Complete Mechanical Solutions, Geostar Mechanical, and Mechanical, an estimated annual amount of $135,000. The contract duration is through March 31, 2026, with 4 possible one-year extension options. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is the property fund operating budget. Number 4, the committee recommends approval award of bid for plumbing services to 5-Star Plumbing, Geostar Mechanical, and Miller Engineering in an estimated annual amount of $50,000. The contract duration is through March 31, 2026, with 4 possible one-year extension options. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is also the property fund operating budget. Number 5, the committee recommends approval of award of bid for roofing services to Distinctive Roofing, H.C. Anderson Roofing, and McDermott Roofing in an estimated annual amount of $50,000. 2026 with 4 possible one-year extension options. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is the property fund operating budget. Number 6, the committee recommends approval award a bid for low voltage electrical services to Geostar Mechanical, Helm Electric, and PH Electric in an estimated annual amount of $25,000. The contract duration is through March 31, 2026 with 4 possible one-year extension options. Annual price adjustments for CPI will be considered a contract renewal only. The funding source is the property fund operating budget. Number 7, the committee recommends approval award a bid for joint purchase police vehicle equipment and installation to Dana Safety Supply of Greensboro, North Carolina, in the amount of $606,956.80. This is a one-time purchase. The funding sources are the capital lease funds and the police department capital budget. Number 8, the committee recommends approval and acceptance of the fiscal year 25 Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board camera grant in the amount of $505,651.10. The grant does not require a cost match. The grant term is from May 1, 2025 through June 30, 2028. The grant, if accepted, will provide reimbursement of funds paid out of the general fund in 2024 for Axon for body-worn cameras and related hardware costs, in addition to digital evidence storage obtained from body-worn cameras and in-car camera systems. I place these 8 matters before you.
Thank you. Council, any discussion on the 8 items? Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Toonberg. Frost. Torina. Prunty. Wilkins. Rose. Barrios. Meeks. Bailey. Bonnie. 11 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go to new business ordinances and Planning and Development Committee. Alderman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item 1 is an ordinance approving the development agreement with Plume Restaurant